Yeah, we've been talking for probably a year now, but she has decided that she wants to go ahead with coaching. So
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice, Val. Congrats.
hey, thanks. She's super active in my group, so that's when I brought it up to her, and she's like, yeah, let me think about it. But she's just moved into a house, and she told me, I want to say like May or April, that she wanted to wait till her school started with her kids, and that starts now. So now that they're settled in their house and their kids are going to be starting school again, she's ready to do it.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Look at this little reunion.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks, guys, for being here. Well, to respect time, and sorry again about the delay, but wanted to just really, if you guys, I know it's not a lot of time, but from what happened this past weekend and all of that, I just wanted to kind of get your guys' takeaways. I tried to message you all today. I'm just really thankful that you all made the investment in yourself, and from what I can gather, it seems like you feel like it's worth it, and it's kind of all about what we do moving forward now. And thank you all for being there for me, for my grandfather. We'll be okay, and gonna see everybody soon. And he was like a hard worker, tough cookie kind of guy who would be really proud of me. And it kind of dawned on me that I'm, of course, continuing his legacy with his last name. It was Pop-Up Lettuce, so it was it's only appropriate that I continue to do the things that kind of were appropriate, inspired after this weekend. So anyway, Joy maybe can start. She's sitting right here. Do you want to start, or do you want to wait? She said she didn't have her notes, so
I didn't bring my notes.
Bringing it on
Melissa's got her notes going. But is there like a question? Like,
yeah, just what was your big takeaways, and maybe your goals moving forward?
One of the things that like really I just didn't even put together, but I always like was so concerned about just the obesity rates in America, and I just always see that with the food we eat, and I always watch the documentaries, and I know the foods like my students would always eat just add to the problem. And once I heard Carl like talk about like that is in the core of the company, like we're gonna conquer this together, and he kept throwing those facts and figures at us, and I'm just like, look at all these like thousands of people, and it's kind of like, when you reach out to somebody, you just spread it further. The joys and the success of doing that and creating a healthier America. So that was just like it spoke to me because that's on my heart too. And so I felt personally touched by that, and that I totally am on board with doing that. And so goals for me will just be continuing to invite, becoming more active, and reaching out to more people.
Awesome. Yay. Yeah. I felt that way too. I feel like Summit is very good at grounding you. I always feel like it's fresh information on that regard, because we do get caught up in different stuff. So very cool. Let's go with Dana. We're gonna go down today.
Down with Dan.
Down with Dan. Down with Dana.
Okay, so I would say kind of the same thing as Joy, a little bit along that line, because I, as Maria knows, and most of you know, I majored in nutrition. And so it's always been a goal of mine to find something where I can help people with nutrition. And I really never knew how until Beachbody that I could make enough money doing it, because it's really not lucrative to just be like a personal trainer or do something with nutrition. Like this company can provide that for me in a way where I'm also helping someone else in their life, and it helps me be accountable as well. And as Joy said too, it's so easy for us to think the obesity rates are going down, but they're still on the upward trend. And I think because we've all surrounded ourselves with such a positive atmosphere, which is great. But I think I forget that there are still so many people that need help, and maybe even not obese. Like maybe they are just people that really don't know what to do, what direction to go in regards to the food, and they don't know, good calories, bad, all that detail. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just got a pop-up that said my connection was unstable, so I didn't know if it stopped. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is that reminder that there are still so many people that need help, and to stop comparing myself and stop getting so overwhelmed, because Maria, after Platinum Edge, like there was so much good information, and that was kind of like reiterated at Summit, which was really good because it was another reminder, I think, to like simplify. Like, you got to do the vital behaviors, you got to stop comparing, stop getting in your own way. And I think it was just another reason to, not reason, I don't know. It was just another kind of something that's going to push me in the right direction, and was exactly what I needed at that time, especially after coming back from being at work or away at training for 2 weeks. So it was great to kind of say, I'm not going to make excuses anymore not to bite. Whether I'm at training or not, I'm going to make it happen, because if I don't, someone else is going to. And, you know, I guess it's just kind of lights that fire in me, and I don't feel as overwhelmed as I did after Platinum Edge, which was awesome information, but I didn't know necessarily where I wanted to go with everything they threw at us at Platinum Edge, which was awesome, but it was a lot to sort through.
Totally. Actually, I would say that the more I come to these things, the more focused I get, because you just get better at filtering it. It's like in a child's brain versus an adult brain, and you get more mature with it. So awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. You get focused on it.
Yeah. It's like the more you hear the same things, obviously you've already digested it, and Yeah.
It's not as overwhelming.
Totally. Cool. How about you, Melissa? I know you've been typing up your notes all day, so share with us your profound takeaway.
Probably, I guess in my case, it's definitely going to be like really focusing on challenge groups and doing more inviting, definitely the 3 vital behaviors, because that's something that I still haven't really been consistent with. So I think just kind of hearing more and more like all these coaches that are like, yeah, no, I started there too. My first year was maybe kind of a dud, but then once you start doing all those things and, practicing it, it gets easier, it gets better, and just getting out there and trying to reach more people. So definitely, taking all of their tips into account, and, I need to create more interaction, I think, too, in the challenge groups. The ones that I've done have been, everybody's kind of stayed kind of quiet except for maybe 1 or 2 people. So I like some of the tips on like themes and prizes and, like extra challenges within the group.
Yeah, I like that.
I think would be fun too.
Good. Awesome. I think they're very good about, I think there were, what was it? The expectations, and we've talked about it, but to see it broken down in a really like nice PDF where you could take a picture of it and regurgitate it in a note.
Yeah. And I definitely like the idea of making a video, like a welcome video, because I think that's easier for people to absorb than just, oh God, one more thing I have to read.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you can present it and maybe make it fun and approachable, then it's less intimidating.
Totally. That's awesome. Do you know what challenge group we're going to do next, or what you're thinking?
I don't have a catchy fun name for it yet, but I'm doing one on the 15th. I already have one person today that wants to get a challenge pack, but we're just waiting for the site to update with the sale prices. So yeah, that hasn't happened yet. So crossing my fingers that happens before she changes her mind.
Yeah,
because we do have everyone's on the cup team, right? Everyone got on one.
I'm the only one I think that did not.
Oh, so you still, okay. There is, I just approved your post. There's Aisha. If you reach out to her,
okay.
Asked.
Didn't Jessica look for someone?
Jessica was looking.
No, Miranda doesn't have one either.
Miranda.
Who?
Miranda Metzer.
Oh, Miranda.
And I think Jess got in on one, but she wasn't in one.
Okay.
She may have been added.
You said she got
added.
Yeah,
I was gonna try the Sparta page too and see if there's anybody there.
Yeah, all you need is one now, right? Because you've got Aisha and Miranda if they need one. And then if for some reason you can't find one after this call, just message me and I'll like give you Dwight's ID or something. And because he gets points randomly.
Do you need to have like diamonds or emeralds? Because I saw a lot of people talking about that. Or is it just?
You just can't have 2 lifetime diamonds. So Dwight's
so
diamond, but you guys haven't. So that could work.
Okay.
I'll give you Dwight's ID. How about that? And then
you
I'll
go.
give you Aisha's and Miranda. Well, we'll talk. Just message me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And Amanda, how are ya? You've been on a team call before, but it's so much different when we've all met.
Right.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm sorry, I'm like doubling up here. I was telling Maria that my sister's bridal shower is coming up, so I was making my little sign here. Listening. Then I had a dog running in here, so it was a little chaotic at the beginning.
How's
Yeah,
the
how
eye
you
is okay.
It's good. It's still like very dry and like a little bit irritated, but it's fine.
Crazy.
Better than before. I'm like, of all people, I would be the one that would happen.
Sorry.
Oh, poor thing.
It just felt like someone like took like a cigarette and like right on my eyeball. Like it was like the weirdest thing. I'm like, how does that even happen?
Yeah.
But
That's crazy. Well, anyways.
so I actually missed like what the actual question was.
Oh, yeah.
Or if we were just taking like, takeaways or like what our goals were. So I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what that were.
That's it. Yeah. Go for it.
So I think for me, because I really haven't done a whole lot with coaching since I signed up, because I did sign up as a discount coach, but I've just been a lot more interested in actually building a business. So I think going to Summit definitely lit that fire. And I have to say, I've never been to anything that was so inspiring. Like just
I feel the same way.
yeah, I was talking to my boss at work today, and she's like, I didn't even have to say anything. Like I was just telling her that it was for Beachbody, and she knew what it was, which I was surprised about that. And she's like, it was so inspiring, wasn't it? I was like, yeah. She's like, I could just tell you just look different today. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, like you just look excited and whatever. And I was like, that's really cool. But I think just the fact that so many people are willing to open up with the struggles that they've had in their lives and just like what Beachbody did for them, I can totally relate to a lot of that. So I think just everyone that spoke, I was like, I kept telling Maggie, and I was like, that was like the best. That was the best. I love this and that. Like there wasn't anything about Summit that I didn't enjoy. I was like, I felt connected to everything, and I felt like I could relate to everything. So it made it much more exciting for me. So I think, well, yesterday, after some of you or most of you saw the post that I put up there, I don't normally go out and like put like how I'm feeling about things. So that was kind of a big step for me. So I think I just want to start with that, and I want to work on me for a little bit. So I'm going to, in August, like work on getting people signed up for the Health Bet thing. But I'm hoping through me doing the Ultimate Reset, maybe I'll get more interest and just questions about like what it is and what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and just trying to make more connections to people that I don't typically talk to, because I've had a couple of people reach out to me that I really haven't talked to in years just from that post. So
that's awesome.
I'm going to use that and go from there and see what happens. But for August, since I'm on Team Cup, trying to get Success Club. I was close once, I think. So it's going to happen this month. Yeah. So
good. That's exciting. And then I just want to like dig in and ask you a million questions, but I'll stick to one. One would be, what got you from the discount mindset to wanting to come to Summit and or the business aspect, like that transition?
I'm sorry, what was the first part? You were breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Is it kind of clear now? Okay.
Yeah, now I can.
What transitioned you from the discount coach, signing up to the discount coach, to exploring it as a business and going to Summit?
I think, I bought my Summit ticket, and my post was semi-true. I just really wanted to go because I love the program so much. So I just thought it would be cool to experience that.
Okay.
But I think because I'm looking to relocate to Charlotte, I thought it was, kind of an avenue to meet new people, because I honestly know no one besides my boyfriend down there. So like I'm moving to an area that I'm not going to have any friends. And I just kind of thought that, I'm starting over down there, so it might be something that, I can finally take the time to devote to it and actually like build a business. And then he has this crazy plan of his retirement and everything. So I was just thinking, no, maybe I shouldn't be working, in the field I am forever because, I do love what I do, but I think that it would be nice to have like my own schedule and, just kind of doing things on my own terms. So that's kind of where I was starting to think about that.
Yes. I think that's, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah,
30?
I'm going to be
Me
30
too.
soon. It's all good.
So
Hey,
I'm just,
you wanted me to broadcast that? No, I'm kidding.
sorry. No, and I'm only asking that. So thank you for answering it. I'm just, it's an interesting mindset, and I'm wondering when that shift happens in a person. So thank you for providing that feedback. That's
And I would definitely say that my boyfriend has gotten me to think about that because like he literally has a plan that he will be retired by 48. So that's not very far away.
good for him.
So
And
Cool.
I loved your post yesterday. I thought it was so like just raw and open, and I loved seeing that from you. It was so cool after meeting you.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yay. Cool.
Amanda, I know some people in Charlotte.
What was that?
I know some girls in Charlotte that you probably like.
Oh, good. I need friends. Bring friends.
Hook me
You guys
up.
can come and visit.
The Tinder friendship, the like,
Yeah.
it's true, it does that, and it connects you to friends and family. Awesome. Okay, let's go with Caitlin. Valerie, I'm saving you for last.
That's for last.
I am going to warn you, there's a hardcore game of Mario Kart going on behind me, so it could get really loud.
Okay.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, I don't know, I think the biggest thing I got out of it, and I re-listened to Summer Tucker, was that her name? Is just getting out of your own way. Like, and Maria, you and I talked about this too a little bit, really the only people in our own way is really ourselves when you really get down to it and think about it. Like, I could throw all these excuses and be like, oh my God, I've got so much going on with my job. I've got 4 kids. I mean, I've got so much to do, but really you kind of choose what you do with your time. So I think it's just rescheduling something in, and Erin and I talked for like a half hour today too, and we both put a plan together, and me and Val said before I left that we wanted to try to be diamond by September, and I'm going to try to hold to it. So it's all about goals, right?
I love it. I love it.
Sorry, they're so loud.
It's awesome. So we know. they're like, suck it.
I know, I hate it because they like smack talk, and it drives me crazy. I can care less that they're playing video games. It's the horrible smack talk.
That's awesome. Sorry.
Anyway, I'll mute myself again.
You're fine. Thank you for sharing, Caitlin.
And the fact that it's Mario Kart makes it even better. It's like it's not like Call of Duty or whatever. I don't even know what they play anymore. We have the only Nintendo system that we have is the original in our house. So
I don't have a child, but there's plenty of Call of Duty in my basement. Just he's phenomenal though. But bragging on my husband. But go ahead.
Okay, me?
Yeah, absolutely.
My biggest takeaway, it's actually very contradictory to what you often hear about Beachbody coaches is, you hear of people working 1 hour a day, or, I think I heard or read something that Jenny Swisher, she said that she only works like, I don't know, 12 hours a week. It was something so small compared to what, us that work 40-hour plus work weeks. But my biggest takeaway is that it is friggin' hard work. If you want to go far, if you want to help, as many people as you possibly can, it takes hard work. It will take more than the power hour a day. It does. And I've experienced that myself. I mean, it's, they kind of make it all shiny and, oh, it's so easy, but it's not. And we heard that from several people. I mean, you have to be dedicated, not just with the amount of time that you put in, but you have to get up at 5 a.m. if you want to get up before your kids to get, get that hour in or get your workout in, so then you can come home and then work in the evenings after you've put everyone to bed. Work in the evenings as you're sitting on the couch, doing the computer work, the sit down work. For us those of us that do work full-time jobs and have families and other obligations, whether we're teaching classes or maybe work 2 jobs, you just have to find time to put in that hard work because it's necessary if you want to go places. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I just got a message saying that my internet was unstable.
You're good for the most part. I think we all get that a little bit, but yeah, you're fine.
Okay. And also just being totally real, don't be that salesperson that I've found myself falling into that, just doing that a couple of times just to hit SC, being that salesperson, which they say don't be, because people will come to you as long as you're true and are open about your story.
Totally.
One of the things that I really like, and I can't remember who I was talking to, maybe it was Melissa, on Friday with Brittany, I can't remember, Brittany Leggett, is that her name? Mm-hmm. And she had said that, or maybe it was Raina Odell too, they write down that, they have it set in their mind. They read it every day, a statement. What is it? List 5 or more words that describe the feeling you have when you live out your why. Make it present tense, putting yourself in your future shoes and repeating those statements to yourself every single day. New ones every day if you want, or new ones every week, however you want to do it. And then just to put yourself in that place, because eventually you'll start feeling that way and you'll start living it out.
Totally.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. That's a good point. I remember her saying that and I haven't done it yet, but yeah, maybe when I retype my notes like Melissa.
Right. Maybe you and I were talking, Joy. I can't remember, but it
was Brittany. It was Brittany Leggett. She said that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wrote it down while I don't know. I just really like that.
I like that too. We played a little game in the car, and that's something I'm trying to do with coaches and just people. And I think that's a conversation starter too. Like, if money wasn't an object, what would you do with your time? What are things that are important to you? So we did a little car exercise on the way back, and that's something that it's hard to ask yourself that and really get specific, but it's obviously powerful. And to expand, your kid is so cute, Caitlin.
I know, she's so cute.
To expand upon that, what I took away, some things definitely similar to Joy and the trend of obesity. Every time I come to Summit, I just get grounded again. I feel very grounded. I feel like this is what it's about, to the point where I'm very much fighting against being showy and stroking my ego and uploading fancy videos. And I always think of like the fancy yoga teacher who gets into the crazy poses, and then how are you making that attainable and attractive? It's all like, oh, I could never do that. Like, that's not what this is. It's the opposite of that. How can I not be that? And that's a huge maturity for us as coaches. And then people have actually been sharing that message just today, having conversations with people asking me how Summit was, and they're like, I actually noticed that. I felt like it was a little different for Beachbody to go that route, like very basic. And maybe it's just that I or other people haven't advertised it as much, because they've tried basic, they've tried like Tai Chi, and they've tried like P90, but you just don't see people being like, I'm going to do P90 or advertise P90. At least in my experience, we always gravitate towards intensity. So there's that. And then a big thing for me, again, like talking about the Dana thing where we just filter, we're better at filtering things. So this is my 4th summit. I think I've been to 3 platinum edges or 2 platinum edges, but the biggest thing I was like, where I need to be next, if I want to be where I want to be, is I need to get into the serious, raw personal development, not just personal development, but like life coach, like mentor. Clearly, Christine Dwyer works with Anthony Robbins. Amy Silverman, I know she does retreats. And then who was it? I know Jenny works with Lewis Howes. Like, all the coaches that do really well and are elevated work crazy intense with crazy successful mentors, like closely. And so that whole, like, who am I surrounding myself with? Who are Dwight and I speaking with? Who are we looking up to? Those types of things were just hitting me, like, and then the whole Success Club partner, like you could see Julie, for example, totally elevating our business. And the fact that Danielle got the CEO award.
That was crazy.
It's just clear they're just surrounding themselves with successful people. And I always hear that, but it just really, I was like, that's what's potentially really missing. Because I can stay in my lane and help you guys and all that, but clearly I can only help you guys as far as I help myself, right? So elevate that ceiling for us and surround myself with some people that push me. And so I literally messaged Julie. I told her my specific goals, and I've been reaching out to Jenny and Erica and Aaron and just swallowing my pride and being like, okay, what would you say is different in the past few years that you've done? And just asking for more help. I don't do that very much. And swallowing my pride and like reaching out to people and seeing how they can help me and push me and give me information that I haven't asked about before. So the more I can encourage you guys to do that, whether you're sitting next to Dana or Maggie or Valerie and they're having success, like I feel like I heard a lot of that at Summit where you guys were like, okay, so how do you do that? And Valerie, I think you're very good at asking people where they get to, and you're just curious. And I think that the more you can learn from people, the better. And I'm bad at that. I don't want people to feel like I'm mooching information from them, but none of them have been responding that way. So I need to remember that.
I guess I always think that, we're all in this together, and it's any little bit of information that they're willing to offer up, I will take, because I've never done this before. So how are we to learn if we don't ask?
Right. Totally. Right. Yep.
And
Cool.
It's true too. Like, I think if you do it in a way, and they see, at least in my mind, I think if someone is seeing you be consistent on Facebook, like if let's say they don't follow you, like a top coach, let's say obviously they're not looking at your page every day, but if it was me and I was a top coach and someone asked me for help, I'd look at their page, I'd say, let me see if they're even being consistent, because where Marie and I talked too, like you have to get more specific with your time as you get busier and you grow your team, or else it's so overwhelming. Like you cannot help everyone. But if they look, and at least with me, if I see that someone's being consistent in posting and at least like that sort of thing, then even if I don't know if they're inviting much yet, it's kind of, I don't know, at least it doesn't feel like you're just like taking stuff and then you're going to take all of their content kind of, and I don't know. That makes sense.
Or like the questions that we talk about that are time wasters. Like that's what I never want to be, is that person that could easily looked it up and then I'm asking somebody, but I try to be thoughtful. I was like, here's what I'm looking to do. Here's what I know I need to look up. I'm not telling you to tell me how to get to the new leader success retreat, because I can look that up. But what did you focus on? What helps you get there? Just rephrasing the question. And I've, I don't think any of you guys are in that zone, but if you are afraid to ask a question, it's more just don't ask something that you could find on the internet. Ask how they approach, just what you can't find on the internet is a question that you want to ask them. And they're gracious about it and they're wanting to help. And like you said, Dana, they know that I'm very much trying to elevate where I'm at, not just make an excuse that I don't know it. So that's why I'm asking them and blah, blah, blah. But cool. Well, I know that I think another thing too, to be the leader that I need to be, it's kind of like pick a program, do it start to finish, and the whole, I think that, and then that's something that they talk about it, but they don't talk about it. But like personal development is also immersing yourself in social media training. I think you heard some coaches say that's not going anywhere. You need to learn it. If your world gets rocked and something you learned changes, like a lot of them with their Facebook Live changed. Like if you're serious about the business, the sooner you can start taking your social media very serious as serious gets. Like Joy's meeting with, you've got a blogger, right?
Yeah. I found a girl on Nextdoor who's just starting her, what do you call it? SEO. I always want to say CEO. She's the CEO now of her SEO company. And I'm having her do a blog for me, because I literally was thinking I don't have time to do that, and I want to have time to do other things. So it's kind of time is money, and I want to try that new avenue. So like I said, if she rocks it for me, I'm going to recommend her to all of you, and you can use her. Her prices are pretty good, and I don't know. give it a try.
That's great. And that's something I don't feel like Maggie does the newsletter. I've done the newsletter, but like clearly, I mean, I think like I've been telling all of you guys are at Summit, you guys are giving me your goals. I feel comfortable to say you need to have a newsletter, or you need to like get your reach as big as you possibly can, because it is something that you need to be as good as you can be, but then also the more people you can reach, the better. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are serious and are giving me that feedback. So prepare for more firm direction and touching bases and voice messages. And looks like you're about to say something.
Yeah, I was just thinking, sorry. One other thing, takeaway was like still doing the free groups to get people interested. I've had some like ideas about free groups, but I'd love to partner with people. If you guys have people, and then kind of we can get together, do a free group and get the word out more. Like I was even thinking of free groups of like mindfulness. So it's not even like the fitness, it's kind of like a personal development free group, or a free group about dropping sugar. You know, like Dana and I took some pictures about kicking the ass of an ice cream cone. Like just different, not necessarily like fitness or clean eating, but just different parts of how we lead a healthy lifestyle, body, mind, soul, the whole aspect of it.
Can you send me those pictures, number one? And two,
Yeah.
second, that I really want to do those types of groups, and I think it's more fun to do with someone else and you in a way where people say, okay, these people, they're taking time out of their life to help us for free. And
value.
For free, like obviously there's two sides to it, but I think that's a great thing, especially when you go back to like the mindfulness. And I think it's so big to help with mental health, which I hate even calling it, because it's like mental health, like mental illness sounds terrible, but I think people forget that the reason that people can't lose weight or can't get healthy is a lot of times in their own mind, and they don't even know how to dig deep into helping themselves.
Right. And they're not surrounded by people who are going to uplift them. So if we can provide that to them free and they feel uplifted and supported, then they may be ready for the next step of going into a challenge group.
Totally.
Right. And it's about that patience. You know, I think that's the hardest thing, having the patience to let it happen. And if you guys want, I did listen to a training from Beachbody Coaches a while ago. It was like a Beachbody Coach's husband about Facebook ads. And when I do those and when I do it the right way, they really, really work and make as long as you feel comfortable enough, because I know those of you have kids might not want to make your Facebook page public, but then if you're not going to make your Facebook page public, I really do think you need a like page, because that's going to get more people to you. And yes, you're going to have to advertise in that like page, and it's hard to get momentum, and it's going to feel like no one is liking your page or no one's following that page. It's hard.
Right.
But when you put an ad out there and you start doing it consistently and you really target in on who you're going to market to, it really helps, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who is your like audience group? I don't know how to say it, like market target audience. Yeah, like the girl I'm meeting with, she's like, all right, not just like I'm advertising to my whole Facebook group, like who is it? So I was like, okay, I want like girls who studied abroad in college, their junior year, who are in Europe, who loved to travel, who, I don't know, took a foreign language. Like that's my audience, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I want to like target in on those people. So it's like we all have these things that set us apart, that make us unique as a coach, and we want to find like our tribe. And that's really important, to find that extra success or that extra challenger who's not your mom's like second cousin or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Your ideal avatar.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
Like basically Marie for Leo is when I did that B school, and then Shailene talks about it, like sit down, draw her out,
write it out,
draw him or her out, like talk about the qualities, like what's your ideal coach? They're driven, they have a full-time job, but they kick ass in everything that they do or whatever it is, you know, so the more specific you get, the better. And Dana, if you can share who that's with and that training, because I literally emailed myself from Gary Vee. I was like, learn how to do a Facebook ad properly, because I do a lot of experimenting. I'm like, I'm just gonna figure it out on myself, you know. But if there's training for a reason.
So I think there's some on YouTube. I'll look some up, but I'll see if that one's on YouTube. But it was like a live event that was like Julie had posted in Sparta. And it was like it was long. It was like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And I just like listened, and I went through, but I remember a decent amount, so I can kind of, I mean, for who's interested, if we want to do a call on there at some point, I can definitely help with that. But I'll look in the meantime and see if he did post that. But it was really about getting specific and, you know, who you want to target. And it does, you get a lot more people coming to you. But I do have a question, which I don't know if anyone knows this, but if you have a like page and you go to, so let's say someone likes or comments on a picture that I'm advertising, and it's someone that I'm not friends with, you know, it could be someone like, I don't know, across the country. And let's say they want, like, I want to give them information. For some reason, it will let you message them, but it will only let me message them from, like, my personal account. Like, I don't have to add them as a friend, but then, you know, it goes in that, like, requested messages folder that's not as...
It doesn't let you message as your like page, like as...
Yeah, but if someone messages me on my like page, I can like it. But if I'm going to reach out to them from a photo, I don't know, maybe you have to switch account. I don't know.
Could you do it through an email? You mean so it's not so personal or something, so they're not connected to you? Like, could you do it through an email?
Well, I'm not concerned about that necessarily. I'm more concerned that they're not even going to see my message, because if you're not friends with them, it goes into that, like, weird requested message box.
I have no idea. I've wondered that. They toggle you for some weird reason. That's a very good question.
If you respond to the picture, I think, like, if you would just, like, tag them there and say, I PM'd you, then they'll know to look for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That happens a lot, like, on our neighbor pages, like in Baltimore.
Okay.
Like, you comment on something and then you want to email them or message them and they never get it. So everyone's always like, oh, I PM'd you, whatever. So
Okay.
it might be something.
Yeah.
And something that I've been doing to kind of piggyback on that, and you guys might have heard this a million times, but for example, because I have my ideal avatar, but right now I'm like trying to expand it a little bit and get outside my bubble. So with Country Heat, I typed in the search bar, women under 40 who like country. And there's a lot of them. And it reemphasized how Carl is brilliant. So I just went down and it's all these Klipsch people and all that. And just added a bunch today, and I'm going to continue to do that. So you just go to Facebook and you go to the search bar at the very top, and all you type in is women under 40 who like country or whatever. And then it'll show up. It'll all show your friends at first, which is kind of creepy because you're like, they know that you're a Klipsch, or they know that you like country, like they do. Like if you liked a country page, that's just the stuff that they track, which is awesome too. So then you can go all the way down, and that was actually one of my most successful ones in terms of legitimate results I've had. I'll do things like women under 40 who like Jillian Michaels, or women under 40 who like Tone It Up, women under 40 who like what's that other one? That Daily Burn.
Daily Burn.
Which I've been hearing some people explore that, I think, because of the advertising on, what is it? What do we watch?
That's on Hulu, yeah.
Hulu. Thank you. So that was another thing I was trying to tell, I think, some of you, is I did a training on influencers, and it's essentially just if people are, and I think that this is what a lot of the coaches do, like, this is just me, like, knowing social media. I'm sure somebody is super into, like, they have a following and they do something else, like Tone It Up, for example, and then you kind of just form that relationship and you explain, here's my success I've had with Beachbody, and this is why it's so much better. And then they go from just being a Tone It Up blogger to, hi, Vera, go to that. So something, I'm trying to think of other groups. That's something we could maybe share with each other. Oh, and similar to like personal development, this training that I did, they go to personal development pages like Anthony Robbins, for example, and you can go down the line of people, and you might get a lot of network marketers. I think there's some of that, which can be kind of good and sucky, like if they've not had success with network marketing. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but just ideas.
I was just listening to Spotify today at work, and like every ad was, hey, I'm Carl Deichler, and we have 30 free days, Beachbody on Demand. It was like, whoa, Carl. Like, so they're hitting it where the fresh, funky people are, you know, like Spotify. That's
I've been hearing it on my local radio station.
Really?
Yeah, so
for the on-demand.
and it had nothing to do with coaches. It was like just like Daily Burn,
Right.
like
Fitness.
streaming to any device. Our whole library, Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, great takeaways. Let me think. You guys are all, I know that
Yeah.
running that new Coach Basics, which I know she's going to do monthly, which I've been in there and it's really good. And I have some coaches that aren't on the team call right now, but are examples of kind of like Amanda, where they're like, oh, I'll check it out, and okay. And all of a sudden they're looking at all of these terms that I might have been too scared to talk about. But just because we value it, they're like listening to it. I'm just trying to understand that psychology. And I think it's just, introducing things to people. And if they respond, then it's a warm enough example or feedback to say, okay, I'll put you in there. And I had one person be like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. And I took her out and I was like, no problem. Let's start with your challenge group. So know that that's going to be a new monthly thing. And I'd like to get back into the sneak peeks too. So just stay tuned on that kind of stuff, especially post-summit, because it is such a good time to explain that. But anything else anybody's feeling like they need or they need to collaborate on or are looking to do? Okay. Well, lots to think about, lots to do. I'm so glad you guys were on the call tonight. That went fast. That's nice when we have powerful content. It flies by. Well, I will definitely post this one tonight. I'll upload it and I'll either post it first thing tomorrow or probably first thing tomorrow, and share it with the group. But thank you guys for being on the call and sharing your experience. And let me take a picture really quick of us.
Get ready.
Ready? Let's look excited.
We should have all worn those shirts.
I know. We're making.
No, well, no, but I'm talking about like the other ones. We should have worn those.
Slay, work.
Squanna.
All of your husbands and dogs and everybody have been like, what?
Check out Vera's too. She got it fixed today.
Yay! Yeah, girl.
Looks great.
Novocaine and all. Whew. She's a brave girl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2. Oh, we get closer, Joy, because we're dark.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. All right, I'll probably lighten it, but
I really know where to look.
okay, girls. Thanks a lot, and I appreciate all of your support again. So I will talk to you guys soon. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.